Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I am James Pandoff. With me tonight is Bill Edwards and Ben Izenga. We are currently underway here in the Dynasty Racing League Truck Series California 160. 15 laps of ADR complete. Good, a lot of green flag racing so far. What have you guys seen up until this point?
Yeah, there's been a lot of side-by-side racing, especially in the top 10. Right now, see it just outside the top 10, about 12th back. But yeah, I'm just interested to see how these tires kind of hold up for all these guys who are racing so hard early. Because we saw last night in the Xfinity race, me and Bill were both racing, and we saw a lot of tire fall off if you pushed it too hard early in the run. So it might just come back to bite these guys if they push it too hard right now.
Yeah, it may already be biting him a little bit with Holloway getting the lead that he's got.
And we have the 83 William Wingfield come down pit road. I have to believe this is unscheduled.
Yep, I do see some damage in that right rear quarter panel too. It's like the back wing's got some damage.
Yeah, he's seen some significant contact with the wall, looks like.
So we have a nice battle going on for the top 10 position. We have Jarrett Rogers on to the outside of lead number 14 of Christopher Smorrow.
And Jeremy Hebel continuing to stretch his 2.6 second lead.
Yeah, he's all by himself out there in that number 1 truck. Right behind him, the 32 is Terrence Sinay. He's in a battle with the pole sitter Richard Springer, who's dropped to 3rd. He's having a nice run here tonight. And then right behind them, the 58 of Adam Purcell.
Got some contact with the wall. He dropped a couple spots there.
It looks like we're single wide racing all the way back to Dakota Wilkins in the 44 deck. Patrick Cowgill trying to make an inside pass on the 44 right.
Dakota Wilkins started on the outside pole, so I'm pretty concerned about him. I don't know if he's saving or if he pushed way too hard, way too soon, but he's dropped now 13 spots since the start of this race. So.
Almost a quarter of the way complete here at California. Green flag racing. These guys have been doing a great job in these opening starts here this weekend here, last week at Las Vegas. Both of them with long green flag runs. These guys have been showing great patience early on in these events.
Yeah, it looks like Dakota's going to make another attempt at getting around the 31 of Patrick Cowgill. And looking at him, his truck looks,
back here. Yeah.
His truck looks clean, so.
Side by side, the 98 and the 51 right behind them, the 14 and the 6. The battle for top 10 is heated up. Going back up front, Richard Springer has found his way around the 32 Tennessee, moving himself back up to the 2nd position. Jeremy Hebel with a 2.5 second lead.
We saw Richard pretty fast in practice winning the pole, so I'm interested to see if he can start to claw this 2.6 second lead that Jeremy Hebel's built up over the first 20 laps. No one's really had any contention for him so far.
Yeah, he's just been kind of running away with it so far, that's for sure.
So Nay not wanting to give up, he's right on the tail, going back through the field. Got the 8 of Ted Emmenheiser, he's currently in the 6th position. Right behind him, Daniel Holloway in the 26. Looking to his inside now as they head down into turn 1.
Yeah, and something that I noticed last night in the Xfinity race is that in turn 1 especially, that top side is really easy to protect. So if you're making a move to the inside, it's really easy to get a run off the top too and defend that spot very easily. And it's really easy to lose all your momentum on the bottom and lose another spot. Get too ambitious.
That's looking like David Lindahl's attempting a pass here as well.
So we're checking on the 88. Using that draft of Daniel Holloway right in front of him to get around that 51 of Ronnie Outlaw.
Oh,
Almost
See what
making
that 51
contact.
just did? That's exactly what I'm talking about. You can get right down in that quarter panel and drag that truck back in the middle of the turn. And you can drag him right back all the way down the straightaway and defend that crap.
Using side
Got
draft
a
to
little
your
work left to do
advantage.
here. You can get a get run off 4. He's got that spot cleared.
Austin
So
Collins
getting
right
some
behind him, going to give him a little help down the long front straightaway.
that's going to make Mr. Lindahl's job a little bit more difficult with that bump.
He's going to have another chance to slide draft down here in 2 again. So stay out in front. Clear the 88 truck.
Looks like the 14 of Christopher Smorl is going to slide right up in front of the 98 if he's able to close the door coming off of turn 4. I think the 98 is going to try to cross over. Not quite as 14 put on the block.
He's got a single file out for now. Further ahead of them, Steven Sims passing Adam Purcell at 4th spot.
And if you take a look up front, Richard Springer is now under 2 seconds, just about 2 seconds even behind the leader, Jeremy Hill.
Seems like Jeremy Hebel might have used his stuff up a little bit at the start, as second place and third place trucks both chasing him down.
Just going through the field here, looks like Adam Purcell currently running 4th. Got a little damage on the right.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling in these turns. He's had a lot of guys pass him since he was in second.
Yeah, you see that right rear fender tilted up a bit. That's going to definitely affect his aerodynamics.
Directly behind him with 26 Daniel Holloway. He's also got some rear end damage. Not quite as bad, but
Yeah, it looks like a pretty hard push gone wrong for him, giving him that significant damage. As the 6 is Corey Sherman is going down the pit. He's in for 4 tires and he's going to actually sit, so trouble for the 6 early on in this one.
Yeah, I have to believe he's got something gone wrong because he was running pretty well earlier in this race, and yeah, he's stuck in pit road. There he goes, exiting now. Jeremy Hebel's lead cut down to 1.8 seconds now.
yeah, he is falling back just a little bit.
As the 51 of Ronnie Outlaw able to get around the 58 of Adam Purcell, dropping Purcell back to the 8th position with more drivers on his tail. That's the 14 of Christopher Smorl and the 98 of Austin Collins right behind him.
It's looking like Daniel Holloway in the 26 has just worked his way around Steven Sims, take that 4th position away. Even with that damage that he's got, looks like he's still able to make some passes here.
His truck's able to wrap that bottom in 3 and 4 really, really, really nicely.
Ooh, I just heard somebody hit the wall. Adam Purcell.
Sell down pit road. So this will be 52 laps he's got to make on a tank, so I don't know if he'll be able to make it to the end from here or not.
Yeah, I'm going to expect these guys to start pitting around lap 40. Try to make this a one-stop race. Tires are going to be very important here, as this track is pretty old. The pavement's pretty worn in. Tire is going to be a factor here. As the majority of the field is single filed out, that big group of cars we saw back in the top 10 is not really a group no more. They all pretty stranded out. As you see, Dakota Wilkins working the inside of Ronnie Outlaw.
I'm interested to see on the second run, once these guys get new tires, how they react to the track, because now that it's rubbered in and a little bit colder from the sun going down, the shade being on it, they might just last a little bit longer for these guys.
Looks like the 51 has a lot of right side damage. He must have gotten into the wall at some point, as Sidears Jackson is going to get around him for the 11th position.
Yeah, that 51 looks like he hit the wall pretty good with that right front. Back end doesn't look too bad, but that right front's definitely got some damage. You might have a little engine damage going on with that.
Oh, a little blank out there for the 21 of Richard Springer. He's back. Everything looks all right. He's now less than a second and a half behind Jeremy Hebel. Terrence Renee still right on his tail.
Got him by 1/10 that lap, 1.4 back now.
Three wide behind him is Adam Purcell on those fresh tires, getting back around fourth position. That is not fourth position. He's just on his way to get his lap back, but you can see just how much of a difference fresh tires are compared to these guys on 32 lap tires.
Looks like Steven Sims might have just gotten into Daniel Holloway on the entrance into 3. He's going to make a pass on the 26 truck.
It looks like Dustin Eichert's trying to work his way around the 9-car Jared Rogers. Looks like he pulled it off, actually.
Jared Rogers, another truck that we saw up front earlier, and he's just faded down the standings.
And I think he might have just a little bit of right side damage there. Yep. He's definitely got the hood buckled a little bit in the front. The wall is not your friend here, that's for sure.
That's definitely one of those side effects of scrubbing these tires early in the run. You wear that right front, and then you push a little bit too hard and grab the wall. Richard Springer almost within a second of Jeremy Hebel now.
Yeah, lap time's very consistent for that 21 truck. He's now pulling away from the 32 of Terrence Renee.
It's like Ted Emmenizer making his way around Daniel Holloway in the 26 to try to take that 5th position away.
Just noticed Richard Springer, the 21, running a slightly different line around 3 and 4. Maybe that's giving him just a little bit better tire wear than everyone else.
Yeah, he was
definitely able to hang on his laps.
10th faster than Hebel that time by.
Yeah, Richard's truck's still looking real clean. It's actually starting to run down Pebble just a bit here.
Springer running a little bit different line that time. He will really arcing into 3 and 4. Not quite going out as far to the wall and exit.
Battle for 15th, Jarrett Rogers, Rod Fosner on the 7 of Dustin Eichert. All 3 trucks look pretty clean.
Yeah, Richard Springer looks like he's cut about 3/10 of a lap. Or
Yeah,
3/10 of a second on him.
Down to half a second. Just in time for pit stops too. It's going to be interesting to see how these two fight it out once they both have fresh rubber on them.
Yep, 3 or 4 laps here and they should be coming in.
If Hebel's able to maybe pit a lap before Richard Springer, he may be able to save that gap that he's built up throughout this entire run. The Springer's definitely coming after it. Down to 4/10 now.
Ooh, you might have him.
You really cut into him in that entry there.
Yeah, Jeremy Hubble might want to think about short pitting this a little bit.
Springer might have driven it in a little bit too hard into 1. Lost a little bit of ground. Again into 3 and 4. Still gaining on the 1 truck though.
Yeah, that big lead that the 1 car took might be coming back to bite. But it's still a pretty decent run if you can run, almost your full fuel run. So, like I said, 40 laps they should be thinking about coming in.
As much as Springer has run down Jeremy Hebel, they've walked away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, 2 seconds back all the way to third, 6 seconds back to fourth.
Adam Purcell coming to take his lap back right before pit stop. And it might even be Richard Springer's strategy that he doesn't want to make the pass on Jeremy Hebel right before pit stops because he doesn't want to be stuck out too wide when he's needing to come to pit road. Expect these guys in the next couple laps. So.
We'll see what he's thinking here. He might be thinking about getting that bonus point for leading lap 2. Oh,
Hebel coming to pit road.
Yeah, Hebel's coming
Springer
in.
staying out. I think that's really going to help Hebel's gap when he comes back out. He's going to build up probably a second of lead just by having that 1 lap fresh tire. Springer is going to lead that lap though. Get that bonus point. Got several cars coming to pit road now.
All these drivers doing a pretty good job so far. No yellow flag. Seen people with some contact with the wall, but no big crashes. Everybody's kept keeping it clean and green.
That's right. As we're gonna cross the line this time by Richard Springer leading the halfway point. Ted Emmenizer now up to second, followed by Daniel Holloway. It looks like
staying out again.
Looks like the 8 is bringing it in for a pit here.
I think Richard Springer might be confident enough in that tire wear that he's happy to run on it for a couple more laps and catch up when he's got fresh rubber under his truck.
Yeah, but you definitely don't want to stay out there for too long. That could come back to bite you. We'll see if he decides to come in this time.
Looks like he's dropping out of the apron.
And he will.
Yeah,
The leader's
down.
in.
Oh, he gets super loose on entry. Gets woed up. He's on the pit road.
Yeah, it looked like he's just trying to split it right in half. Looks lap 40. He's running a 44.1.
Holloway and Jackson both coming into pit as well.
Watching Richard Springer's speed as he entered pit road, he was not in any hurry to get back up to pit road speed. He's definitely comfortable with how fast his truck is, and he's just going to kind of let this one ride out.
Looks like only one driver has yet to pit, and that's the 51 of Ronnie Outlaw.
Looks like he's slowing it down right now, too.
He's dropping at the bottom.
Significant damage on that right side. It'll be interesting to see if he stays in the pits for a few seconds to repair some of that.
Really cautious pit entry. He does not want to mess out. Richard Springer regaining the lead.
I think you mean Hebel, as Hebel's down into turn 1. Adam Patel up to second on that early pit strategy that he had performed.
Right, yeah, there we go.
Purcell
Springer back to 4th.
Purcell's tires are 14 laps older than the majority of the field. He's going to definitely be hoping for a caution sooner rather than later.
Looks like Springer's going to be about 5 seconds behind Jeremy Hebel with 1 lap fresher tires. We'll see how that plays into his hand.
As Hebel passes the 83 of William Wingfield to put him a lap down.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy's he's pushing already, that's for sure. I can hear the tires screeching coming off of coming out of 2.
And just like last run, I don't expect Richard Springer to really run down Jeremy Hebel all that fast. He's going to take his time and do just what he did last time, and he'll be just fine for the end of the...
Adam Purcell in the 58 with that damage in the right rear. Looks like he's currently holding on to the second position, but you got to think that he's not going to have enough fuel to make it to the end, or tires probably for that matter. So I would expect him to have at least one more pit.
Yeah, he pitted with about 52 laps to go, so that concerns me. I think it'd be really tight, but I also don't think he would want to go that long on tires, especially with a damaged truck.
And Tanzania is
really
going
hard on right side.
Pass him for position, probably on the entry of turn 1. So now you're going to move himself back up to second. Started all the way back in 12th, so a great effort so far by the 32.
And we only have 4 trucks within 10 seconds of the leader. Definitely setting a solid pace, Jeremy Hebel is.
And we saw last night in the Grand National Series race that cautions bring cautions. If a caution should come out in the trucks, it's going to be a fun ending, that's for sure.
Looks like Side Aries got a little bit of a run. He just got around Brenton Kincott. Looks like he's eyeing up Corey Adkins. I'm sorry, Christopher Small. That's who he's coming up to next.
And that'll be for the 10th position. Side Aries Jackson having a fantastic run. He's been having a great run at each track. He's just been caught up in some late race trouble in both of them, Daytona and Las Vegas. Hopefully he'll be able to clean that up and have a great push for the playoffs later this year.
Ooh, he put it down on the white line that time.
Yeah, had a throttle there to avoid making contact with the 14.
Yeah, and actually he does have just a touch of left side wing damage, which I didn't even notice right away there. He's able to make it work still.
That's definitely a strange spot to have damage. Must have been from a hard push down the straightaway.
Yeah, somebody must have gave him a little extra.
As you see, Smorl to the inside of Wilkins. Sadir's Jackson going to join him, might even give him a little push down into one.
Some really tight racing.
Wilkins stuck on the outside, going to lose a couple. Lap track up by the wall.
Great job.
It's a 83 of William Wingfield. He's got a pretty good amount of damage going. He's running about 6 laps down currently.
'85 truck's going to clear Dakota Wilkins. Even Brett Hincott at the inside of the 44. Yeah, contact into one. Oh. Wilkins going to lose that spot too.
Looks like Jeremy Hebel's getting ready to eye up Mr. Wellborn, which is the last car in the lead lap. He's gaining quite a bit on him here.
I'm looking up towards the front. Richard Springer is running some really strange lap times. I'm looking at 43.8, 43.6, and then 43.3s. He's gotten faster, and then slower, and then faster again. So I don't know if he's saving really hard or what he's doing.
Hey, he may just be hunting for traction too.
Yeah, he's definitely losing time to Jeremy Hebel. So back to 9.1 seconds. So see how that works out later.
He might be hunting for traction, seeing what it can take to close that gap and get back.
He's looking at just under 30 laps to get back to the top. Springer getting ready to pass Adam Purcell for that third spot.
Looks like we got Corey Sherman slow. He's coming out of the pit. That's what it is.
Yep, completing his final stop of the night, Corey Sherman is, with less than 30 laps to go.
I think he too stopped.
He did. He pitted around lap 25, spinning around lap 50, as well as the 66 of Dominic Mangione. Sorry about that. He is two stopped as well.
I'd say at a lot of tracks that's a viable option, but here the track's just so big. You got so many seconds to make up before you can pick up even the lap that you are down. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, I was looking at the times. I was looking at Richard Springer's time before he pit, and he looked like he only lost about 1.3 seconds from his fast lap down to his slow. So Corey Sherman's gonna have some work cut out for him. That's for sure. He's gonna get a lap back.
And caution's out.
No.
Not quite sure where that was on track.
I'm looking forward as well.
Oh, David Wright and the 83 of William. I'm not sure if that would have been the caution. Both of them kept going straight. Any idea what?
I'm hunting for it, so I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Going through all my options to try to find it. A 66 maybe?
He's looks like he's going in the pits. And he's clean.
Not sure what that was.
That was odd.
A 51 truck, maybe?
Let's see if we can scope in on the 51 truck.
I saw he lost some time.
Don't believe it was him. He actually
Oh, he's
blinks.
getting the free pass.
He actually blinks out there. As we're watching the race off pit road, this might be the last stop of the night. It's going to be a crucial one. Hebel's down and away. Looks like Springer will beat the 32 as they exit the pit lane. So Springer saved by the caution, I have to believe. I think he was just too far back to make anything of that. He'll be on the outside of Jeremy Hebel on this restart.
Just me, does look like Mr. Springer might have just a little right rear damage now.
Let's see if we can take a closer look. It looks like he does.
Yeah.
Little dent.
So maybe that's why he was having a little bit of a difficult time closing that 10-second gap on Hebel.
Yeah, it looks like his spoiler might just be a little bit bumped up. His corner panel. Also a little bit dinged in. Patrick Cowgill. Let's take a look at him. Looks like he's the one who they pinned the caution on.
See if we can go back a couple laps. I'm board with the 31. He's in a battle with the 88 of David Lindahl as they come in view from behind the grandstands.
Yeah, off turn 4.
Yeah, I gotta think whatever brought that yellow out also had something to do with Mr. Because lap 53, and this could be an iRacing glitch of some sort.
It might be good. It looks like he's glitching out a lot as I'm following him around the track.
31 bounced off the wall and lost it. Bounced off the wall, turned back into the wall, and then slid down the track.
Up there it is. He came back just in time. And yeah, that'll do it for you. Doesn't look like he has too much damage. We'll see how he recovers under this next green flag stint. We're gonna have just over 20 laps to go when we go back racing.
And the track temp's definitely fallen a lot. I believe near the end of practice it was 81 degrees. Now we're looking at 79 degrees. So that, along with the rubber, these guys might be able to push a little bit harder on these fresh tires.
Several drivers taking their lap around to get at least one of their laps back.
Let's see if we can grab the 32 for a quick word while we're under caution. Hey, Tam Sine, this is the broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Hey, I got a copy.
Well, sir, you currently sit in third with a long green flag running under your belt. Came up all the way from 12th position. How's the truck feel?
That's right. It feels great. I got into a good rhythm there with our green flag run, so it was pretty nice. Just getting the feel of the truck. So should be a fun 22 to go here at the stripe.
Absolutely, and we saw last night in the Grand National Series race that once the first cars came about, more Carsons were to follow. Do you think that's going to happen here, or do you guys seem pretty tame and think you'll have green till the end?
It was pretty tame. I mean, you always wish for a green flag run to end it, but you never know. I mean, we'll see. So.
Alrighty, well, you're in turns 3 and 4. We're going to let you go here. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this one. Good luck.
Thanks, JP.
And that was Tanner, currently in 3rd position. Keep an eye on him in this restart. As the pace car's about to duck off here, we're going to go back green.
Green, green, green.
Great launch there by the one of Jeremy Hebel. He's down and away. Richard Springer getting a little bit of help behind him from the 8 of Ted Emenheiser. Emenheiser's going to drop down behind the 32 of Sinek.
Looks like Springer giving a pretty good run off too. He's going to take that second.
Oh, 45. Steven Sims just about in there, man.
Great save by both of those drivers. Austin Collins making his presence felt. He's now up to the 4th position.
Looks like Steven Sims clears the 8 truck into turn 1.
Yep, the 8 truck. Looks like the 8 truck kind of come down and put a little block on side Arias there as well.
Yeah, the 85 had to check up a little bit there. Opens the door for Daniel Holloway to get to the 85's inside. That's the battle for 7th.
Dakota Wilkins pushing a little bit hard off 4. 14 trucks going to get to his inside down the front stretch. 2 by 2 by 2.
Yeah, and if this is anything like the beginning of the race, they may run like this for a little while.
With 20 laps to go, they got plenty of time.
Looks like Marvin Wingfield and Brett King caught side by side behind. That's for that 11th spot. Dakota Wilkins really struggling on the top side.
Yeah, he is. He's going to open the door for the 88 to get around, and probably Marvin Wingfield.
Incott tries to close the door on him. Can't quite get it.
Going back up front is the 3 drivers, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Spring, and Terrence Ney, battling it out once again. Hebel not with that big of a lead like he had in the first run, only about 0.2 of a second.
And Springer running his fastest lap of the race 2 laps ago on lap 61. So that just shows you how fast these trucks are now that they're on fresh rubber with it's cold.
Yeah, even
Maybe
with the
shows
damage.
you a little harder pushing them closer to the end of this race.
Ooh, and these leaders. Oh, almost a little bump there from Sine. He had to check.
Yeah, the shadows are casting on this racetrack.
As lights come on, this track really speeds up, and these trucks are showing it tonight. Still side by side back to the field.
Oh, Rick, who was that? I'm not quite sure who that was. The 51 it might have been. Yeah, it looks like
51's in the
David
grass.
Wright in the 51 got into it. See if we can take a better look at that from a far chase camera.
Ooh, yeah. David Wright.
Down the front stretch, David Wright trying to come up to the corner, and 51's just not getting clipped in the left rear. Sends him around.
Yeah, we saw a similar incident like that last week at Las Vegas involving the 51. I believe it was the 9 of Jerry Rogers thought the 51 was going to cut that apron like many of the drivers do at Vegas, but he did not. And the 9 just came down, and the 51's nose was there. Ended up bringing out a caution.
Yeah, David Wright looks like he had a big run on him. He just floated just a touch too high and gave him a little spin. $51 running the Jesus car. I wonder if he was hoping he was going to take the wheel for him after that spin.
We'll see who elects to pit. I assume everybody would be 10 laps on these tires.
Looks like David Wright's got some right front damage from that little incident. We'll buckle up on the hood. That bright Hot Wheels scheme.
Yeah, with 15 laps to go, these pit stops are going to be clutch.
We'll see if anyone decides to stay out. If I'm not mistaken, did the 21 stay out? Yeah, Richard Springer
21
stayed
did
out.
stay out.
Yes, he did.
And I would like to see if Hebel decides to take 2.
He's going to bring the 31 of Patrick Cowgill with him, so the front row will be on 10-lap old tires.
Jeremy Hebel takes 2.
Some strategy going on late in this one.
And Snay taking all 4. So our top 3 drivers on 3 totally different strategies. So we'll see how that works out. Looks like they're also going to be a little bit jumbled up. Some other drivers on some different strategies. Austin Collins up there.
Yeah, this could get a little dicey with the different strategy.
Yeah, it was definitely something that started to breed cautions last night in the Grand National race. Drivers on different strategies, different tires, different game plans going into the last few laps of the race, and it causes some issues.
Yeah, I got to think Jeremy Hebel taking those 2 right sides could be the winning call right here. But we'll have to watch and find out.
Yeah, I can't think that the 21 truck's going to stay out front very long with being the only one who's taken 2 tires.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem like a safe call.
it might not have been a bad idea had more people thought the same and stayed out. You know, if 10 other cars did the same thing and there's a little bit of a buffer, he probably would have ran away with it. But
Yeah, for sure.
With the one car starting in the second row back with the 2 outside tires, you got to think he's going to be able to get around him pretty quickly.
Well, as the second car in line, when you're going to a pit stop like that, you want to do the opposite of what the leader does, because you basically want to hang out to dry, but you're banging on people behind you doing the same thing, or you're screwed anyways. So.
Exactly.
Fortunately, that's what happened to Richard Springer right here, but I believe the 31 truck also stayed up.
Looks like Dakota Wilkins in the 44 has worked his way back up to 6th after that round of pits. So whatever he had going on earlier, I know he was falling back a little bit. Looks like he's got that worked up.
Richard Springer's going to elect the outside lane, putting Patrick Cowgill to the inside.
I'm thinking what his plan here was stick the slower car to the inside, block Hebel, and then try to get a bit of a gap on the restart. We see the 31 car with a little bit of damage.
As well as the 26 in that second row. Daniel Holloway's got just a touch of right rear damage, looks like.
That 21 truck, other than that little bit of right rear damage, is pretty clean, so should he build up a little bit of a gap, it might be a close race for a little.
Terrence Sinayan restarting 8th. I believe he was I think he was the he went in running third, second or third.
Yeah, he went in third.
Yeah, third. And I believe he was our highest running driver there that took 4.
So we had Richard Springer, who took none. Jeremy Hebel in third, who took 2, and then Terrence Sinayan in 8th, who took 4. And those were originally our top 3 drivers.
We'll see how it plays out. We're going to have
green flag, green
go.
flag.
12 laps to go. Richard Springer with a great restart. Daniel Holloway right behind him. Looks like the plan's going to work as Hebel moves to the outside to get around the 31 of Patrick Cowgill.
That works perfectly for Springer for the time being. We'll see how Holloway can catch Hebel making the pass on the 31 truck.
Holloway has those 2 tires, which is better than no tires, but here comes Hebel right behind the 26.
You see Dakota Wilkins stuck on the outside yet again.
Yeah, and he had to burp it quite a bit to stay out of the wall.
And there goes
Terrence
Sine making
him
a 3 wide. Sorry to cut you off there, Bill.
Nope, no problem.
Sine on those 4 fresh tires, he needs to get up there quickly. It's going to be 10 to go when they cross the line.
Yep, you got to expect that he's probably going to be making some moves here. The tires are just starting to... Looks like he's going to try to go inside around David Lindahl.
Real quick, back up front is still Richard Springer, Daniel Holloway right behind him, and Jeremy Hebel putting pressure on them both.
I'd like to think that Terrence Ney, if he can get past these slower cars, he can make a run at those top 3 up with these 4 fresh tires.
And with 9 laps to go, he should have time.
Patrick Cowgill and Cyrus Jackson right in front of him, and then he has a bit of a gap. He can really use those tires and
The yellow flag is
catch him.
we got a yellow.
Wreck, it looks like 42. See if we can see this one more time. Going down into turn 1. The 16 ends up hitting.
That's some net code if I've ever seen it.
That was about a foot of net code. Oh, that's unfortunate. It looked at Terrence Ney was really starting to close the gap there.
Yeah, 16 of Hayden Ashby making contact with David Wright. But David Wright did a great job of keeping it off the wall. I don't think he got much damage, if any.
Yeah, he just got clubbed once he got spun there. He got hit pretty good in the left front, but that's too bad for the 42 and the 16 trucks because they were both looking pretty good into that turn, and it's too bad that kind of thing. Dave Wright does a great job keeping it out of the wall and getting it straight, driving it out of the turn. So what do we do now, pit strategy?
I think you got what you got.
Yeah, with less than 10 laps to go, I think the 32 might be in the best position, being on those 4 tires, but we'll just have to see what happens. he'll be on the outside of the 31, so he'll won't have to worry about being stuck behind him on this restart.
I think the 32 is looking pretty good right now. He's on the outside of the 31, third row back, and we'll see which lane Richard Springer decides to take, but I think either way he's looking pretty good.
That looks like Hayden Askey and Steven Sims in the 40. Looks like we got a couple other takers. Oh, David Wright. They're probably going in there and seeing if you can get any of that damage.
Yeah, Hayden Askey involved in that last caution.
Now, as a reminder for those who are new to watching us, this season we have 3 attempts at a green-white checker if necessary. So this race could go a little longer than these 80 laps scheduled.
Yeah, David Wright's spending a lot of time on pit road.
Yeah, I would think that he had some suspension damage from that collision. It was pretty hard, right in the left front tire too, so it would be pretty ugly. Let's see his in-car camera right after that accident, see if his toe is knocked out or anything.
Well, Richard Springer should have his hands full now. With what are we gonna have, about 5 laps to go? 2 fast trucks, the 26 Daniel Holloway and Jeremy Heddle in the 1, both real fast. Even Sine might have enough time here. If you can get around Sidarius and Patrick Cowgill quick, you might have a shot at it here as well.
While we're under caution, let's see if we can pull in the 31 and have a word with him. Hey Patrick, this broadcast booth, you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, sir, you're currently in the 5th position. Only you and Richard Springer elected not to pit that previous caution. How's the truck feel being on those older tires compared to the guys who had pit?
Honestly, it's not that bad. My biggest issue is my braking point's in the wrong spot, and I haven't been able to figure it out.
And we also do notice you have a bit of right side damage. Is that affecting your truck aerodynamically at all?
I think it might be affecting it a little bit. I don't know that it's very much.
Bill or Ben, do you have anything for Mr. Cowgill before we let him go?
Yeah, just on this restart, what are you thinking for, which lane? Well, you're going to be on the inside lane. So what are you thinking once you get into turn 1? Because we've seen previously tonight and last night, it's tough to make a pass in the bottom when you've got a truck on the outside of you. So what are you thinking is going to happen there?
Honestly, I think it'd be worse for me to be on the outside line.
Alrighty, Patrick, we're going to let you go. Looks like you're going to be double filing up. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this one. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
And that was the 31 of Patrick Cowgill. Started back in the 17th. Currently running top 5. A great night for him. We'll see if he's able to hang on those older tires.
Yeah, obviously that nose damage must not be hurting him too bad. I know he was just a touch slower, but when Hebel was behind him there, but Hebel's been really fast all night, so.
Yeah, when you've got the fastest truck going by, you seem pretty slow, no matter.
That's right.
Interesting to note that Richard Springer has elected the inside line this time, putting Daniel Holloway to his outside.
Yep, he's going to be restarting with the number 1, Jeremy Heddle, right behind him and he's got two fresh tires on the right.
Yeah, so again, we see that 32 truck, Terrence Sine, back there in the 3rd row, the top side. So I'm interested to see what he can get done here on the restart.
Yeah, looking through these top 5, every one of them's got just a touch of damage somewhere, except for the 1 truck.
And I think if Terrence Sine can't get through this top 5, it's Jeremy Hebel's race to lose at this point. I think Richard Springer is pretty much a sit and duck with those 4-rolled tire.
It's going to be a 5-lap shootout. We'll see if these guys are able to keep it cleaner, if we're going to end up with a green white checker. As pace car is getting ready to duck off here. And keep an eye out on Cyrus Jackson. He's up in 4th right now. Great night for him.
Yeah, he's had a strong run all night.
Green flag.
Green flag.
Sinead didn't get the jump that he wanted at him.
Tough start. Bit of a shove from the 44 Dakota Wilkins. And the top 5 are spread right out, single file.
Yep,
3 wide.
They're taking
top.
Sinead 3 wide, yeah.
Sinead's clear to the bottom, so he's probably going to go down and take that. Dakota Wilkins on the top. And
Oh,
Cowgill
can't
Patrick
get out of that
Cowgill
top lane.
just caught the apron and got a little squirrely.
Yep, that's going to slide him up. Sine might be thinking 3 wide. He thought better of it with the 88 right in front of him.
And Holloway to the bottom for the lead. Springer on the top.
Hebel giving a bump to the
A
26.
shove from Heville. And they're 2x2. Top spot.
4 to go. Springer with the advantage at the line. Not quite able to clear the 26. He's going to have to use that middle groove. He's going to clear him down into 1. The 85 putting pressure on Jeremy Hebel, pinching him down on that white line.
And they're still 3 wide for 7th place. They get it figured out down the back stretch. 2 wide.
That's
Aaron
Patrick
Snee having
Cowgill.
trouble getting by that 88 truck.
Yeah,
They're
that-
actually both, the 88 and Terrence Snee are both catching that front pack right now pretty quickly. I don't know if
They need
they'll
to
quite
clean it
have
out
enough.
on fresh tires.
I don't know if they'll quite have enough time to do it, but they are definitely closing the gap. Richard
Springer
Springer.
has a little bit of gap himself on those old tires, but that might not last long as the 1 gets to the inside of the 26.
Evil makes a window underneath Daniel Holloway. Bumps the apron, wiggles up a little bit.
Oh, 85 might take it 3 wide.
There's Jackson the bottom, all the way down the track.
Yeah, Richard's got to be liking what's going on in his rearview mirror right now with these 3 cars battling.
These guys are driving hard.
That's exactly what Springer needed to see. Those guys getting side by side, slowing each other up. As the 88 is now going to make his move to the inside of Cyrus Jackson.
I saw Cyrus Jackson with a bit of a wiggle into turn 3. He caught a bit of the apron.
2 laps to go.
Caution. Yellow
And
flag.
we
caution
gotta
is
get
out.
Caution.
Oh, I bet you Richard Springer doesn't like seeing that.
And it looks like Cody Gasky. Oh yeah, making contact right there with the 28 of Cody Barber as they cross the line. Gotta see that one more time. Looks like the 28 just came up. He thought the 27 was gonna continue up, and they end up colliding. Gonna see that.
Same thing we saw earlier with David Wright and 51 truck.
Yep, looks like the 28 just kind of got down on that that groove down that white line and just lost a little bit. Come up and caught him in the left rear. What does Wellborn call that? The hospital wobble.
Hospital wobble.
But a great job by the 27, keeping it off the wall and out of anybody else. He's gonna just need 4 tires on this green white checkered.
Richard Springer's getting tired of these yellow.
Yeah, he's probably not very happy with this yellow, especially the way they were 3 wide behind him.
And we saw
looking
David
like a
Lindahl
good finish.
tracking him down. They're starting in the 3rd row side by side, 5th and 6th.
Terrence Snee was not able to clear that many cars with those 4 fresh tires.
They were definitely hunting down that lead pack though once they got clear of those slower cars. So. We'll see once they're all bunched up if they can get something happen.
Yeah, Patrick Cowgill, he's fallen all the way back to 10th. He's definitely, I think he's having issues with that little bit of damage in the tires. Ooh, Steven Sims, who was having a pretty good run early on, running back in 18th with a huge dent in his rear tail, the tail.
Yeah, take a look at that. That is quite a dent, that's for sure. See if we can get a closer look. There we go.
So on one hand, Richard Springer's happy about this caution. On the other hand, he's really mad about it. He's happy about it because now he's kind of more even with these guys on tires, and he can build that gap again easier. But it was also his race to lose at that point. He had built up about a half second.
Yeah, I think he's just ready to see that white flag.
As Wellborn had some damage to fix, he was in pits for about a minute. Rod Posner on the 10 has come down to pay as well. Of all the drivers that entered this race, only 2 are a lap down. It's been a very great race for all these drivers involved. No DNFs up until this point. As Richard Springer going to elect the outside lane once again. One driver I do want to keep an eye on this restart is going to be that 85. He's now to the inside of Hebel, right behind Holloway. See if he's able to make anything happen on this restart. William Wingfield once again in the pits. Gonna have an attempt at a green, white, check and finish. Springer electing the outside lane. Daniel Holloway will be to his inside. Row 2 is Jeremy Hebel and Sidarius Jackson. And row 3, David Lindahl and Terrence Ney.
Yep, lights are out. This should be exciting with these 3 drivers.
I think it's interesting that Springer's choosing to give Holloway the bottom here.
Yeah, he's been taking that turn into 1 really wide. But it does kind of leave the door open for the 26, so.
Yeah, it definitely gives him a big gap, especially with those fresher right side tires. I know they're not brand new anymore, but still a lot better than whatever Springer's got under there, so.
Yeah, 21's, he's got to be starting to feel it. So hopefully, he's probably just hoping that he gets a good enough jump here. And, and maybe the third, fourth, or second, third, and fourth drive continue to battle it out like they were earlier. So
here we go. Pace car is off. Richard Springer on the throttle. Here we go. Green, white, checker attempt. Springer with a great
nice
restart.
jump.
Springer clears Holloway.
And Sidarius is putting pressure on the 26. Hebel going to give the 26 a solid push down into turn 1.
Holloway enters one really low. Make him tough for him to keep a run off.
Hebel just not able to get around these cars, even with those 4 fresh
Holloway
tires.
blocking Hebel down into 3. Jackson to the outside of Holloway. Opening the door for Richard Springer as all he has to do is cross that white flag, and we'll be finishing this one under green.
Hebel's really boxed in behind the 26 car there.
Yep, 3 wide again, looks like.
Yep, crossing the line 3 wide. Jackson holding
Springer
on
extends
tough.
his lead.
Yeah, Richard's loving the way this looks.
Yep, Hebel just not quite able to close it as more trucks are now joining the fray as the 88 David Lindahl to the inside of the 85. Dakota Wilkins, Tanner Snake right behind them. It's going to be a photo finish for
Looks like
second.
Holloway is going to be uncontested.
While this is going
Even
on,
clearing
Richard
the 85.
Springer is going to win here at California. Daniel Holloway second, Jeremy Hebel third, Siderius Jackson fourth, and David Lindahl rounds out the top 5.
Yeah, Richard really drove away.
Racing that hard for second, it's pretty hard for them to gain time on.
Mm-hmm.
A great finish here tonight for the 85 of Siderius Jackson and the 88 of David Lindahl. Both drivers earning a top 5.
I can't help but think the number 1 probably a little disappointed with this finish, even though he did get.
Yeah, he dominated the majority of this race, and I slipped away from him, but a top 3 finish is still nothing to be ashamed of. But definitely you got to give a round of applause to the 21 of Richard Springer, who elected to stay out.
Yeah, he played the strategy game and it worked perfectly, so I applaud him for that.
Yeah, every decision he made was the right one there. Choosing the outside lane on 2 different restarts, choosing the inside lane out. It all seemed to work out. So
Let's see if we can pull in Richard Springer for his post-race interview. Hey, Mr. Springer, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
This broadcast booth started on the pole, coming home away with the win. I have to say, it must have been that strategy. You elected to stay out under that 1 caution, 10-lap older tires than the rest of the field, and you managed to hang on and win.
Yeah, I didn't. I was hoping a bunch of guys came in because I knew I'd be good on old tires, but once again, it didn't work. They all come in except for one guy and took 2 tires, so that probably helped me. And at the end, this thing was actually pretty good. I was surprised how well it handled on the older tires. So I think the 2 tires with those several restarts we had probably really hurt, even out the tires, I guess is what I'm saying, on the right side. But I didn't want that next to that last caution. I was in pretty good shape, but it worked out good. With the help of Daniel helping me out there, we did a good job, I think, on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys were battling tough behind you, and I think that's what gave you the edge to be able to pull that bit of a gap and coming home with a victory.
Yeah, I was. I liked that first run. I think I ran 52 laps, and I got right up to the Hebel. He pitches before I was going to pass him, so I figured I was pretty good on the long run. And then I didn't see him after the pit stop, so I wasn't sure how far back I was. I was just starting to press it when we got another caution there with about 40 to go. So, I mean, these races, sometimes you get hurt by the cautions, and sometimes you get help.
yeah, and it looked to me like you definitely made all the right strategy call. Choosing the outside lane. Were you and the 26 working together as far as?
Yes.
Okay.
Him and Meyer, as teammates last year, were in cahoots, especially at Iowa. So, yeah, it's good having teammates. We have a bunch of good guys.
Yep, that always helps.
And now with this victory, it will ensure yourself into the playoffs and give you a chance to defend your title.
Yeah, that could happen. That'd be pretty cool. I'm just glad everybody showed up. I think we had another 30 cars here tonight, something like that.
Yeah,
so that was a pretty good turnout.
30 trucks.
The cars were so even though. Oh my goodness! I mean, if you looked at the practice times, we're like thousands apart. It was really something. And the key was taking care of the right front.
Yeah, it looks like only 3 cars that fell off the lead laps.
Right. But when I stayed out and I saw, oh my God, there's still 27 or something on the lead laps, and oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet you didn't like seeing all them yellows popping.
No, I was afraid. Like I say, we had about 1.5 to go, and we got that late caution. I think I was up by about 6/10, and about the same as at the end as it turned out. But yeah, getting those good restarts was a real plus, and I can't thank Holloway enough for helping me out on that.
yeah, great race by everybody. A long green flag run, just like last week at Las Vegas. Going to Phoenix next week. What are your thoughts of that track?
Well, the new tire model and all that stuff, but I have no idea how it's going to drive. But I've had reasonable success there. I had a win and a decent finish last time, so I'm not. I mean, I don't really like the track that much, but I don't hate it. So we'll see what happens.
And lastly, before we let you go, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give out?
Yeah, it's shout out to the guys that's subbing for the late minute there and helping James out, and of course James for doing all the work it takes to put on the league. And actually, my son ended up doing RC tonight. He didn't have anything to do for a long time, so we had to wake him up, and he had a lot to do at the end there.
Alrighty, Mr. Springer. Well, congratulations on your win, first win of this season, and looking forward to seeing you next week.
Alrighty, thank you, James. Go at him.
And that was your race winner, Richard Springer. Let's pull in second place finisher, Daniel Holloway.
Mr. Hebel backing into the picture, it looks like.
Style.
Daniel Holloway, this is broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir, dude.
Came up just short, finishing second here tonight at Auto Club. Electing to take 2 tires on that last pit stop. Do you think that you would have had him if you guys weren't battling so hard for that second position?
Yeah, I wish we had a little bit more longer run on the tires and everything, but it was a good run. That strategy right there, I think, made the right choice, taking 2 tires at the end because I felt good once we hit about 15 laps and was really kicking in, got in the groove, and was picking spots up and everything. And then 2 tires, I wasn't sure how that was going to be, but it felt free on the truck and was able to hold it. But once I got up at the side of Springer there that one time, it really got pushy and had to let off, and so that was hard. But that was a great battle between Springer, me, Hebel, and I think that was Jackson, I do believe, top 4 battling, at least for second place on or first right there. So good points night for me. Clean truck. They said I had a little damage, but I never got no 0x. Didn't even show up, so not sure where I got that from, but didn't feel anything as far as that.
Yeah, there was a little bit of goofiness going on with. I noticed sometimes the cars were blinking out and stuff like. I even noticed Richard ended up with a little bit of damage on his right rear too. So, and it's hard to tell where it came from. It could have been just a little glitch.
Yeah, I'm not sure where, but I know Hebel was pushing me and stuff, but I know that wasn't from him and everything. Just good hard racing. I thought he had me one time and ended up getting back in front of him, and then caution breeds caution. So
Right.
I was hoping when we had about 30 laps to go in that one caution, that'd have been perfect tire run and starting to get quicker and quicker with the rhythm and stuff. But yeah, you never know. It was a good run at the beginning of the race. So caution free, got green flag pits there. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was really impressive at the end, holding off Hebel inside Arias. I mean, Hebel was just flying all night. That was a really good job keeping him behind you.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to block him or anything, just running my line and stuff, and just run out of laps.
Yep.
As far as that, kudos to him. I thought one time, I know he did give me a shot, so I thought I was going to get loose there, but truck sticked and just kept on going. So I know, I think it was his race to win. As far as that one, way he was racing all night, he was strong truck tonight. So, but yeah, what good top 3 finish for me. So still clicking top 10s.
Alrighty, Daniel. Before we let you go, do you have any shout outs you'd like to give out?
Just want to say, it's good to see you again, Wild Bill. I had a feeling that was you up there in the booth.
Thanks, man.
DRL, this league, good group of guys in here, good car count, 30 or 29 teammates there. The new teammates, good congrats, Richard, on the win. Dysfunctional Patriots guys, Dustin, Cody, Adam. I know Taylor, he comes in there and hoots and hollers and support. So good group of guys, but off to Phoenix, and I'm not sure about that track with me at times.
Alrighty, Daniel. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. I'm sure you'll get that win this season. Long way to go, long season ahead of us, and we're looking forward to seeing you at Phoenix.
Sounds good, guys. Catch y'all later.
Take it easy.
And lastly, let's see if we can bring in Jeremy Hebel, see what he has to say. Jeremy Hebel, this is broadcast booth. You have a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, dominant truck tonight, leading the most laps of the race. What do you have to do differently at the end to secure that victory?
I don't know. I guess have better pit strategy. I thought I was making the right call just getting 2 tires, but kind of being in the wrong lane on the restarts and not being able to judge it as good as the leader when he's going was kind of helped me there in that situation. And I really thought with him not having any tires and us having at least 2 and me having no damage that I could have made a little better run there, but definitely was hard to do when we got down to just having a green-white checkered there. I know there's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, it was hard to watch you on the restarts after you made that strategy call. I thought it was the right call because I didn't think Richard was going to be able to stay out there that long. And yeah, it was tough to watch you just get stuck behind car after car and not really be able to make a run at it at all, because I thought it would have turned into a pretty good race on those cautions. But yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah, I think you guys were 3 wide at one point or another after each one of those last cautions.
Yeah, we're definitely trying hard, that's for sure. And I don't know, some of it is, it's just some of the nuance of trying to figure out this new tire model. I would have thought that not getting any tires at all would have been a little bit more of a detriment to Mr. Springer, but it seemed like as long as you were out front and had that clean air, that mattered more than anything. So I'll have to keep that in the old memory bank for future reference.
Yep. Yeah, he really did. He was able to gap it even a little bit at the end there, so it was an impressive run. And you were strong all night as well. I halfway through I would have been almost banking on you winning, but just a little bit of pit strategy and some yellows coming out at the wrong time there at the end, I think kind of just set you back a little bit.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that first yellow flag, I was watching the intervals and I knew Richard's pretty good at saving tires and the strategy he has. And I noticed at one point that I was really starting to gap on him, and I'm like, I that must have been after he got into the wall. And I'm like, I think I got this if we can go all the way to the end without a yellow. But as soon as the yellow came out, it's like, well, now it's anybody's game.
Right. Nope, that was definitely an impressive run. Looking strong all night. What are your thoughts for next week? Phoenix.
Well, I actually won't be here next week. I won't be back until Atlanta. But hopefully I'm undefeated at Atlanta, so I'm kind of looking forward to that race.
Yeah, that's always gives you a little confidence boost when you're undefeated somewhere.
Definitely.
All right,
All
Jeremy, before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give out?
Yeah, to my 2 teammates, I know not sure 100% where Dakota finished, but Jay, we got him in the top 15. He was feeling pretty sick today, he stuck it out and he raced the entire night and got a good finish. I know that was helping him to feel a little better. All the racers here, all in all, to have 29 of us here tonight, the race was pretty clean and it was pretty fun. That's what I like to see, kind because it's definitely nice to be able to play a little strategy and get these longer runs in and see what these trucks can do with the tire fall off and whatnot. But we're definitely heading in the right direction with that, and just everybody that puts on the league, the broadcast, everything's top notch as usual, and yeah, that's about it.
All right, sir. Congratulations on a top 3 finish, and we'll see you at Atlanta.
All right, thanks.
That was our top 3 finishers. Let's see if we can go over the unofficial results. We have Richard Springer leading 27 laps, coming home with his first victory of the 2020 season. Daniel Holloway coming home second. Jeremy Hebel, who we just spoke to, leading the most laps of 57. Cyrus Jackson, a great top 5 for him, as well as David Lindahl, coming home 5th. Tansenegg brings it home 6th. Dakota Wilkins 7th. Austin Collins 8th. Ted Emmenheiser, a solid top 10 for him, finishing 9th, as well as Patrick Cowgill 10th. 11th goes to Adam Purcell, 12th Corey Sherman, Steven Sims 13th, Jason Schaefer 14th, and Marvin Wingfield rounds out the top 15. Corey Atkins 16th, David Warborn 17th, Jarrett Rogers 18th, 19th is Ronnie Outlaw leading 1 lap tonight, and Dustin Jones rounds out the top 20. 21st goes to David Wright, Brett Kingcott 22nd, Hayden Ashkey 23rd, Dustin Eichert 24th, 25th is Rod Fosnar in the 10 truck, Cody Barber 26th, Cody Gatsky 27th, Christopher Smorrell 1 lap down 28th, Dominic Mangione 1 lap down 29th, and William Wingfield rounds out the field 10 laps down in 30th.
Yep, 27 drivers finished on the lead lap after 80 laps. So it's an impressive run by everybody here tonight. That's
absolutely. As we take a look at next week's races, we have both the Grand National Series and the Truck Series will be at Phoenix International Raceway. The Truck Series will be 110 laps on this 1 mile track. That is on Tuesday, March 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Grand National Series will be on Monday, March 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for 125 laps. All 3 of us, myself, Bill, and Ben, will be in that event, so be sure to tune in on DRL TV.
Yep, stop out and watch and go S2R.
Thank you to everybody that makes Dynasty Racing League possible. James Pandoff with Owner Financial and Marketing. Thank you to the graphics team, Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez. Thank you to the broadcasters, David Warburn Jr., James Pandoff. Thank you to all the special broadcasters we have that join us every once in a while. Thank you. Big shout out to Bill Edwards and Ben Izenga for joining me tonight. Appreciate you guys and putting in the effort you had tonight trying to do the broadcast.
Oh, happy to help, and it was a good amount of fun.
Anytime, man. It's fun.
And thank you, race controllers, James Pandoff, Dakota Wilkins, Jeremy Hevel. Thank you to Mike Springer tonight, who stepped in for the Truck Series. And thank you to all the admins, James Pandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, and David Warborn Jr. Well, guys, that's going to do it here tonight. Congratulations once again to Richard Springer coming home victorious for his first win of the season. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys next week at Phoenix. Have a great night.